The year is 1982. The Grecian formula, pre-Alzheimer's, Ronald Reagan was in the White House. Fame made his television debut on one of 3 networks at the time. Chips, starring Eric Estrada, is still my favorite show. And Blue Lagoon. Yeah. That one was making a heavy rotation around HBO. I was a 10-year-old pre-gay growing up in the suburbs of St. Louis. And Mike Beaverson was my best friend. And he was the coolest guy on the planet because he had cable TV. All right? After school, Mike Beaverson and I, we would walk home and we had our very own sort of daily ritual. For 30 minutes, we'd come home and we'd watch classic, and looking back on it, really racist Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry cartoons. Check them out, they're horrible. It's awful. And we would watch that for about 30 minutes until his like much cooler older sister, I mean, she was in 7th grade. She knew things. And when she got home, we would switch it over to MTV. And this was back in like MTV was like the glory days, all right? MTV started on August 1st, 1981 at 12:01 a.m. The very first song ever played, the very first video was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Boogles. Okay, this was still when there were actual VJs on there. Do you remember? Who was here already? Nina Blackman? I mean, she was the cool, crazy New Yorker with the crazy blonde hair, you know. There was Martha Quinn, who was like, she was like the good girl, the pretty lady from LA. There was Hunky Mark Goodman, and who totally reminded me of Bruno Martelli, the piano player from Maine. Yes. They were totally twins. I'm like, oh my God, love it. Like, it was great, and there were actual music videos on music television, and it was just amazing. It was great, and I loved, like, in the early days of those videos, it kind of fell into, like, one of 3 categories. There was, like, you had your performance video, where, like, your band would, like, awkwardly lip sync in front of, like, a crowd, or on some, like, bizarrely designed sets, you know, like, covered in aluminum foil or something weird like that. There was the artistic, abstract interpretation of a song, which featured a lot of, like, crossfades of singers' faces into, like, flames. There was like a lot of billowy fabric happening, maybe like a horse would wander by. I don't know why, but it would. Or the third kind of video from the 80s was where some like director had a concept and they were gonna like force a narrative onto this song. Yeah, and like your favorite band was forced to like use their really limited acting through this video. It was just like, it was horrible, but it was one of my favorite things in the world because it shaped who I was, like who I became as a person. You know, watching these cartoons, I got my sense of humor from Bugs Bunny, and I got my sense of like pop culture, big hair, and my love of gray jazz shoes from MTV. Yes. That to your homework list. Good. They all had puffy pants and gray jazz shoes. It was great. So I remember just sitting there, it was like me and Mike Beaverson and his sister Jill and their 2 little white sandwiches, Kipper and Fritz, you know, and we would just sit there like shoving no-name cheese puffs into our face and like just an endless commentary of like the videos that were coming on the screen that were literally 2 feet in front of us because we would just sat right up close to that TV. It was amazing. And then I heard it. That 3-chord song that went on to become one of the biggest hits of 1982. I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Now, this video was a combination of your performance video and a little bit of the narrative video. So you have Joan, the with her beautiful rock and roll mullet, eyeliner, everything, walking down the street. She looks through the window of a bar. She sees a guy standing there by the record machine. She thinks that he must be about 17. So she goes in there. And it's weird. You know, like the first verse, she's awkwardly interpreting this verse, this is my monologue. Like she's in some sort of new rock and roll musical. And then she goes and asks for his name. It was weird. It was strange, and it was an awesome thing. And watching it again, because in my mind when I remembered it was all in black and white. He was wearing a black and white shirt, and she was in black and white, but it's not the case. It's in full color. Well, once she hit that chorus, once she had that, wow! There we go. She was good to go. And Joan Jett scared the shit out of me. Oh my God, it was true. Because for the first time ever, this was a woman who was totally being sexually aggressive. She was a woman who knew what she wanted, and she was on the prowl. I remember being so scared for the guy who was dancing by the record machine. He was only 17. And she was old. Like 25 years. And a few things even more for me, the guy, the record machine, the way he was photographed, he was soft and almost feminine. And is that makeup? Do I detect a little bit of lip gloss in there? It was very confusing for me, and my body parts started to tingle. I was wondering where Mike's potty parts tingling. What about Jill's? If so, what were they tingling for? I don't know. And to confuse things even more, while preparing for this whole evening, I rewatched the video, and the guy who was dancing there by the record machine, there's a striking resemblance to Chicago comedian and eclectic gentleman Cody Melcher. I ran out of toner, so I couldn't print it up, but here's the shit. A little creepy, there we go. Here we are, let's all bring it around, there we are.
Stop it.
I know, right? This is somebody that I know in real life, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Cody Melcher. I totally remember that. Checking, do you see back there? There we are. There we are. I'll show it around. I went past my phone around, but I got some very weird pictures on here. That made me feel weird too. I'm like, oh my God, I was listening for Cody. Really bad. But I was, she scared the shit out of me. I was fascinated by her. I mean, she wore red leather all over. And she wore tennis shoes. And she played the guitar on top of a bar. I mean, there was no denying that she was cool. Like, this is the kind of gal that smoked cigarettes and chewed gum at the same time. She was an outlaw, and she was scary because girls weren't supposed to behave like that. Remember, I was 10 years old. There you are. So then, right after that, you have the video for Bad Reputation. Another narrative with a performance sort of combo sort of video. Do you remember this at all? Put it on the to-do list. So in this video, we've got young Joan Jett. She is jamming out with her band for some reason in the middle of the street. And she is constantly being thrown out of bars by old white guys. And title cards are being flashed like it's some sort of old silent movie throughout the whole video. And they say things like, "We don't want your kind in here," or "Come back when you're dressed like a lady." And then so the next segment, she's meeting with a series of record executives, and they're all going, "No, no, no." Again, all old white guys looking at her, and then they flash a title thing that says, "You can't sing." Well, pissed off and full of moxie, Joan Jett grabs her band, the Blackhearts, and they start walking down the street a little bit ahead of the beat to the video. And then she gets an idea. Title card. I know, let's start our own label. So she starts her own label, and the rest of the video is nothing but like tear-out sheets of Billboard magazine with "I Love Rock and Roll" at #1 to finally circle through the whole thing. And it was great. I'm like, yes! You are empowered. You're an amazing thing. She's like dancing on tables. She is kicking off plates that are and like the old white guy record executives are dancing around her, and Cody Melcher is playing the bass over the corner. It was great. I mean, she was the picture of strength. You know, fuck the patriarchy. Like, I didn't even know what the patriarchy was. I was like, fuck that, you know, and I was just rooting for her. And then a couple years later, they came out with her video, Do You Want to Touch Me? Do you remember this one? Yeah! Like a good attitude. This time again, it's your classic performance video, but kind of cut with your abstract sort of thing, I guess, because she doesn't really do a narrative or a scene. They just kind of cut away to her boxing some guy on a beach. Yeah. Beating the shit out of him. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So she got there, and she clad in her black leather. She's got the black hearts behind her, and they're getting the thing. They get to their chorus, and it's like, do you want to touch? Yeah, do you want to touch? Yeah, do you want to touch? And she goes, poof. And at this moment, she opens up her trench coat, and she is standing there wearing a black string bikini. And I was shocked. Now, this is 1984, okay? This is the era of ladies rolling around on car hoods on video. I'm familiar with this site. But usually these women were like bleached blonde and boobified, and they like looked like they were kind of forced to be there, like they weren't doing it. But there was something different about Joan Jett standing there, whoosh, opening herself up, almost daring you to touch her there. You know, there was something great about it. She was slim. She wasn't quite as buxom as she was, and as all those other women were. And she was totally in charge. But Laura was saying she was just like taking agency, like bam, do it. And for a moment, my 12-year-old woman, my body parts started to tingle down. I mean, I'd never seen this. It was like this beautiful black eyeline, almost boyish. Do I want to touch her? And then I thought back to all the times, to all the people that I did want to touch there. Eric Estrada. Christopher Atkins' Little Loincloth in the Blue Lagoon. That bulge in Leroy's tights on Fame. Do I want to touch you there? No. But thank you for asking.